So let's talk about how AI really learns. You might be surprised to find out that it's a process that's super familiar to all of us, but it happens on a scale that is just, well, almost impossible to wrap your head around. Let's dive in.
I mean, really think about it for a second. Whether it's learning guitar, getting good at a video game, or even just cooking a decent meal, what's the one thing that connects all of them? It all comes down to practice. Tons and tons of it. And believe it or not, at its very core, AI is exactly the same. There's no dark magic here. Just like us, the more an AI works at something, the better it gets.
To really get a handle on this, let's use a simple analogy that I think makes perfect sense. Let's imagine an AI model is just a student, and it's cramming for a really, really big exam.
Now, this student's favorite study method is something called supervised learning. It's actually way more straightforward than it sounds. You just give the AI millions or even billions of digital flashcards. Each one has a question and, crucially, the correct answer. So you show it a picture of a dog, that's the question, and you give it the label dog, that's the answer. The AI's only job is to figure out the connection between the two over and over again.
So if our AI is a student, what are its textbooks? I mean, what kind of material is it actually learning from?
Well, that's what we call training data. This is the whole collection of all those flashcards, all the text, the images, the numbers, the code, everything we use to teach the model. And we're not talking about just one textbook here. We're talking about a digital library bigger than anyone could possibly read in 1,000 lifetimes.
But, just like for us, not all textbooks are created equal. For an AI to learn properly, its study materials need to be absolutely massive, incredibly diverse, and super high quality. If they're not, well, you stumble right into one of the oldest problems in computer science. You've probably heard this phrase before, garbage in, garbage out. It's a fundamental truth of computing. It just means that the quality of what you get out is completely determined by the quality of what you put in. And that idea has never, ever been more important than it is right now with AI. It really is that simple. If you feed our AI student a bunch of textbooks that are just riddled with errors and bad information, guess what? It's going to learn those errors. It is absolutely guaranteed to fail its exam by giving you garbage results. Okay, so this student analogy is holding up pretty well, right? But this is the point where things take a pretty dramatic turn. This is where we see why this particular student isn't just a good student. It's superhuman. Think about it. A really dedicated person over their entire lifetime of education might study thousands of examples. An AI model, it can chew through trillions of examples in just a few months. And that is what this all comes down to, the scale. It's just not human. An AI can study 1 billion examples in a single day. You can't. This brute force ability to process information at an insane speed is what lets AI see patterns in the world that are totally invisible to you and me. Let's try to make this a little more real. GPT-4 was trained on something like 13 trillion tokens. You can think of them as pieces of words. Now, to put that into perspective, that is the equivalent of reading the entire English Wikipedia more than 2,000 times over. So to handle all that information, the AI needs a brain that's big enough. That's where parameters come in. Just think of them as billions and billions of tiny little knobs inside the AI's brain that get tuned and adjusted as it learns. The biggest models today have over 1 trillion of these, which allows them to map out incredibly complex ideas.
Of course, trying to process trillions of data points with trillions of those little knobs, well, that takes an astronomical amount of raw computing power, what we call compute. Since about 2010, the amount of compute used for these top-tier AI models has been doubling roughly every 6 months. I mean, just look at this chart. The growth is just explosive.
Okay, so our superhuman student has read the entire internet at lightning speed. Awesome. But how do we know if it actually learned anything? How do we grade this thing? And this is the million-dollar question for anyone building an AI. Is it genuinely understanding the concepts, or did it just memorize the answers from the textbook? Because if it only memorized things, it's going to be totally useless the second it sees a new problem. This problem actually has a name. It's called overfitting. This is where the model gets so good at its study material that it can't think outside the box anymore. It's like that student who memorizes every single old exam perfectly, but then completely freezes up when a question is worded just a little bit differently because they never actually learned the why behind it. So how do you stop that from happening? Well, you do it with a really clever 3-step exam. First, the
The AI studies the training set. That's its textbook. As it's studying, you give it the validation set. Think of this like a practice quiz to check its progress. But then, only at the very end, when all the studying is done, you pull out the test set. This is the real final exam, filled with questions it has never, ever seen before. And that's how you get a true score of what it's really learned.
So, we've seen how this superhuman student studies, how it crams, and how it takes its exams. But you know what? The story doesn't end there. In a way, school is never really out, and that's where, believe it or not, you come in. See, these models we use every day are always being fine-tuned. That huge initial training session is a massive event, for sure. But the feedback from our everyday interactions, that helps the researchers find the AI's blind spots and guides them on what to improve for the next version.
So think about this. Every single time you use an AI and you rephrase your question to get a better answer, or you correct a mistake it made, you're doing more than just using a tool. You're actually participating in its education. You are, in a very real sense, a teacher helping to train the AIs of tomorrow. And that leaves us with a pretty fascinating final thought, doesn't it? This technology is learning from us, from our worlds, and from our conversations with it. So if we all have a small part to play in teaching it, it's probably worth asking ourselves, what exactly do we want it to learn?